Hi guys, my name is Oscar Santana. I'm not a video guy, and English is not my first language, and I don't feel very well to be honest right now. So my throat hurts a lot, and I can barely talk. And I'm not a tech guy. Like I speak English, right? But I don't know English related to like computer stuff and programming. I know how to type and everything, but speaking English about programming and stuff like that is not me. So on this video, I'm gonna teach you how I will try to explain you how to use my tool, the Resource Manager, that has many features. It's the best and the most complete tool right now out there for S4League, right? And I'm gonna work on that, a lot. I'm still working on it. So the first thing that you need to know is that you will need to install Node.js in order for you to run this script, right? Right. So I will try to do this fast because I don't feel well and my throat hurts and everything. And English is not my first language, so I don't know how I sound for you guys. But. So the first thing that you're gonna do once you download the app, you're not gonna see the no modules and some of the stuff that are here because it's my computer. But. So the first thing they wanna do is that you wanna run the run the bat that will install the node modules and everything. So you might get, oh, let me delete them so that you can see it. It's not a big deal. You're gonna run the bat. It's gonna download everything for you, all you need, and you can use the same run the bat to run it. So that's just in case I put it together. In case you needed something or there was an update and you needed to download the update, you don't have to have two you know paths there for installation and stuff like that. It's gonna say that you have like a 29 vulnerabilities or something like that, but you don't have to worry about it because this is not a website. This is just an app that you run locally. That's only for websites and stuff like that, and most of them are false positive, pretty much. So there is two ways for you to use the app. You can use the app, running the app with the run the bat, right? That opens the app automatically, right? Or if you don't want to have like none of these files anymore, you don't have to have them, you know, anymore. You can just, for example, build the app here. If you click on run build app, it's gonna open this and it's gonna build the app in here. You're gonna see first these files, but that's gonna take about 2 or 3 minutes in order for the app to be created. The X. I'm gonna pause the video because I don't wanna waste 2 minutes or 3 minutes, doing nothing, just like waiting for the app to be created. But once it's done, I'm gonna come back. Okay, now the app was just created. As you can see here, the time 8:34, 8:35, which is seconds ago. So you can pretty much use the app here, or you don't have to use it. It's up to you. Like you can put it anywhere you want because everything is just back in the app. So let's open the app. So once the app is open, here you will see that you have this interface. You have the light mode and the dark mode. It's up to you. You have converters for XML to XBN, XBN to XML. You can decrypt the job files in these four, like these job files that are here. You can decrypt them and back and forth. But it's not a big deal. As you can see, they're here, all decrypted. You can pretty much create the files again, like from type. You can pretty much just create the files back in. If you want, you can make any changes that you want to. You can just do the same thing and create the files again. It's nice. So same thing for you have SCN to JSON, JSON to SCN, sequence to JSON, and JSON to sequence. The Lua decryptor actually work. I think it's missing something. I forgot what it was, but for this, I will remake the whole UI out here because this is old. You don't have to use this anymore. That's when I made the first version of the app. So in manage database, here you will select your database information, and it'll be saved here. Like your username, password, the database, and save. So now we have here all these features. I will go one by one. This one you're not gonna use it. I will take it off eventually because that's for myself, my own usage. So for the rest, so here on the results tool, this is an online results tool. So here I have the path menu. I will give you the select is for the client. This is for you to use the resource S4SD. You have to select the client down folder. Same thing for this one out here, but this is for if you have the resources outside. Like this, like say that the resources are out here in a folder named resources. No, in a folder name extracted, my bad, extracted resources. A folder specifically has to be named extracted resources folder. And mock file folder will be for the folder where you have the custom items to be added. I will give you an example. Let's say that I have here this folder, right? Named Asas, right? If I click here on Asas, and I select the folder to be the folder where my mods will be added, like my costumes, weapons, maps, everything, it will create the whole folder, a structure for me, so that you don't have to create anything yourself, pretty much. So but just to make sure they understand this, if I, for example, select extracted resources and I select the folder here, this will select one or two things. It will look for extracted. Hold on. It will look for extracted resources. This folder specifically. It will look for this one first. Or if you have in the folder a folder named resources, then if it doesn't find the extracted resources, it's gonna load the resources. Just for you to know how it works. You can use one of two, but if you have both of them at the same time, you're gonna first pick the extracted resources, just for you to know and understand that. But later on, I'm gonna change that. So for, like I said before, mocked folder, that will be the folder where your resources are saved. Right now, I have them saved in here. And like I said before, if you don't have, you only have to do this once. You don't have to do this like every time you want to add a new item. You only have to do this once, and that's it. And automatically that will create a whole folder structure, all of them. And I should have already stuff in here so that I can add them. Just for our tutorial, because I wanted to take a long time because it's a lot of steps for all of the features that I do have right now. So I will come to let's say that I wanted to add a new body, a new face, and a new hair, right? It's pretty much the same step for all of them. I would come, for example, to body. I would come to female, the gender. Unisex, you can ignore that. I will delete that later on. That was a mistake. You can come to female. You can come to image, and then here you will have the image of all of the items. And then on model, you're gonna have the SCNs, and you're gonna have the textures of everything, right? Same thing for faces. Same thing, it don't change. It's always the same. Same thing for body, hair, foot hair is the same thing. This one is not gonna work, I know, because it's missing something. But it's the same thing for hair and everything. It don't change at all. So if right now I come to the game, you're gonna see that I don't have those items, right? And I don't have those hairs, right? And the faces, I don't have them right now. For me to add the items, all I have to do is just put the files where I said, and come to add tool and click on add customs, right? And that's it. The items will be automatically added to the game. And you don't have to do anything else. It will automatically be added to the database. It will automatically be added to the resource. It will just be added to the resource. As you can see here, it says in the background, adding customs into the resource S4SD. And to be honest, I have never used the app, like pack into an X. So it's my first time. So I don't know if it's gonna give me an error message or something. But the thing is that you are at least understanding the whole process. I usually just use the the script because I think it's faster. I don't know. It's my opinion. But I usually only use this right away, the roundabout. And I don't know, somehow I think it's slower using the X. I don't know why. With the script I would have been like a minute ago. No, you know what? Okay, it was added. It was working, but it was slower. I don't know why. And I will change the UI of all of these too. As you can see here, it's telling you, hey, all of these items were added. If you see an image that is not should be shown, it's because it's not supported the format. But I will make it work later. Just let me take a picture of that real quick. But as you can see, all of these items were added to the game. All of these. I can just now pretty much close the game. Like I can just now like close the game, restart the emulator, the game server. Yeah, restart the emulator, the game server, and reopen the game, and everything should work just fine. Let's see if it worked. But this is the thing. Before, in order for you to add a new item, you will have to do a lot of steps just for one item. And just now, imagine that you wanted to add 10 items or 20 items or whatever. You would have to spend hours in this. In less than 1 minute, it was done. Now you can just come to the game server and look for the faces, the new ones. Okay. I know that this one was booked. I don't know why. But let me see. Oh, they are missing the image. I have to check on them. Why it's not working. But as you can see, they were all added to the game. Yeah, but it's because of something. It's not the tool itself. It's the images that I used. That they are in PNG, but the client I forgot about it. These faces they are in a P. Yeah, it should be the reason why they are probably in PNG. Let's confirm that. Let's go to resources, image, costumes, face. No, hold on. Let me see. Okay, so you see that they are all in PNGs. That's why it's for clients. It's not gonna read. It's not gonna read PNG. That's why they look like that. But the tool works just fine. It's just because of that. Because they're in PNG and it's not supported. So, but if I come to jackx, right? Let me come to the female. Let me go to jackx because I added like 6. I know that one of the jackx, the image, it don't work. I think it's this one. Yeah, but all of the other ones they should work just fine. If not, I will need to check the images that I use. Probably they are corrupted or they have something bad. Probably that's the reason why. As you can see, the items were added successfully, right? All of them. The hair is the same thing. I know that hair is from before. I know that hair doesn't work, but you can see, you know, it works just fine. No, that's all. That's the one that said that doesn't work. Largo. But I'll just check later on in the images. It's not a big deal. So now let's say that I wanted to add a new weapon, right? For a new weapon, it's just the same thing. It's just the same process. Just that the folder is named different. It's named weapon. For weapon, I will just come here, select my category. I would come to melee. I would come, for example, to flameless sword. Same thing. The SCN. The only difference is here, you get the SCM. Hold on. You get the SCM, and on this one you get the image. But this is missing the texture too. So I want to try that, but let me just try that because as you can see here on these ones, I do have the pictures, right? And on this one, I do have some SCNs for like 4 of them. So meaning that the other ones are not gonna work. But for the plasma spores, I think I will just delete them because I don't wanna try that if I know that they're not gonna work. So now let me add a new weapon. Come to same thing. Add tool and weapons. Same thing. Arrow adding that. Okay, I forgot something. So, and my bad. For you have to select the weapons XBM folder where it's located. That's usually located in the server. So myself, I will click on select as XBM folder, right? And I will come to this folder, where my emulator is located, and I will come to the XPN and select that, and then now I only have to click on add weapons. And now it's gonna work. And to be honest, I definitely feel that running the Rondabat is a lot faster than having the app pack itself into an application. A lot better, I think, and faster, I think it is. Because this process with the script is just a lot faster, less than 1 minute, like 30 seconds, and it's done. While on this thing, using the pack app, it takes longer. I don't know why, and it's crazy. Like, what you would think that it would take, less time to add this stuff because it's everything just in the next, but it takes longer. I don't know why. Mm-mm-mm. Yeah, I don't know what's taking so long with the app. Why is it taking so long? Okay, the items were added, but I don't know why it took so long. It's just crazy. As you can see here, all these items were added. I know that some of them I think are not gonna work because they're missing something, but it's okay. The thing is that this is a process and this is how it works. And I know that all of the items they work just fine. It's just that some of them they have like corrupted files, and that's why they're not gonna work. But let's go into the game. You know why it doesn't work? It didn't work because there was one of the weapons that have a corrupted SCN, and that's why. So yeah, but I did it. I just deleted the whole thing. Like, hold on, let me start the whole thing. 36. Yeah, I would just do this. I would delete the resource, and I just refresh the database with a new database. So because I know that some of these items are not okay, the icons are not okay, but I just wanted to use the tool. So if you have items that have the icon, that works just fine, and the SCN and everything is just gonna work. So in this case, I will use the script. I will go to same thing, resource, and add weapons, right? Okay, yeah. What about it? Because I closed the app without saving. Weapons. And here I can see this is what I like about the script. Here I can see this mini console with everything, telling you what was added and what wasn't added. Here you can see the item name, the item ID that was inserted into the database. Yeah, it's almost done. I think it's like 1 2 more. Yeah, that was 3 of those. Okay. Oh my god, I think that this one is gonna give me the crash. It's because of the SCN is corrupted. But we'll try. Let me close out. Let me close game. Let me open now out and let me open now game, right? And let me run the game. And I know that this is taking a little bit longer, but you know, I need you guys to see the process and how I do it and how it works. If it crashes by here, it's because of one of the SCNs is corrupted too. We'll see. Okay, it's not corrupted. The SCN, it was one of the CS. Or if you come here, guys, and you go and you come to weapons, right? It should be somewhere here. It should be somewhere in here. Hold on. They were added to the database, but where were they added? I forgot. It should be somewhere in here. Okay, let's see if the item was added. Was added. Oh fuck! I know why it was. Okay, the item is here. Melee weapons skill melee status new color 1. The visible 90. Let me do some red watch up. Change the chop version, the database, chop version. And the dual reload a chop. Okay, as you can see, guys, they are all added here. It was because I deleted the database, and I didn't refresh the database, and then the game didn't see the changes. That's why. And these things, they don't have the texture because they're really old, and I know that they don't work. But as you can see, this one works, this one works, this one works, this one works. Although the others, they don't have the texture, but they don't matter because I knew that they didn't have them, so it's not a big deal. I can just use like any of these weapons. And let me see, I think there was another one added, another kind, right? Wasn't there another kind added? Okay, and this is Smash. But I 100% know that this semi rifle it works just fine. You see, this one doesn't. This one neither. Right? I know. It's because the custom weapons and items that I use, they have issues, and I don't have others right now, unfortunately. but they work just fine, as you can see. Now guys, I want to try something else. I want to show you how to use the as a matter of fact, we just used it. This guy here is the job editor, right? So this is how it's gonna work. Once you have in the resource tool both of the paths selected, the client for the S4SD and the strategy resources, when you have that selected, you can come to job editor, and here you can tell which one you want to use. If you want to use the strategy resources or you want to use the S4SD. Why? Because this is gonna read the item that X7 plus the database, and based on that, that's gonna load the job here. Let me remove the. Based on that, that's what's gonna load the job here, all of it. And I know. Let me show you something. The reason why like I said before, the header doesn't work on this new thing. I mean, it's not there. I deleted it. I forgot about it. It's because they are on PNG, and the client doesn't support PNG as far as if I remember. It doesn't read it like normally. But here you can just like look for any item that you want to. For example, I want to change this one, the harpoon weapon. I can look it up here by ID, by name. What was the name? It was harpoon. All of them. Weapons, all of them. Here you can see the tab. You can change the tab. Right now it's on weapons and X skills and melee, right? I can change it to rifle. I can change the status to be new, red recolors. I can change it if it's permanent or per days. How many days? The price. I can change the status. I can add more of these things here, as many as I want. I can change the color to yellow, blue, orange. I would put a yellow, and it will be. I'll just keep it like that. When I click on save. Now, I have something for this emulator. It's an API, but I haven't set it up yet. But okay, perfect. But if I do that, that will do it automatically. But right now I don't have a set for this API for this emulator right now. It's set, but I haven't finished the whole process. If I click on reload a job, as you can see, it got changed, right? And it got changed to, what was it? Guns, I think it was. What was it? It's on rifle, right? It should be on rifle, right? Rifle. You can see the price, you can see the status, you can see everything. You can change the whole thing as much as you want. You know, that's up to you. So the price, the color, you see that now it's like it's yellow. You can make it blue. Reload shop. This tool is very useful because you can change anything you want to in the game so easily. Like you don't have to go to the database guessing IDs and stuff like that. You don't have to do that anymore. So you can even like hide it if you want to. You can even hide the item if you want to. You can look for items that are not available. They are in the shop. They are like hidden. You can't see them like right there. It's a whole process. You can, for costume, a woman, it's the same thing. You can click for no activated items, right? and I will show you all of the items that are hidden. Everything is just gonna show it to you. Not activated, active in the shop, all of them, Then the next thing will be the UI editor, right? For the UI editor, I can make changes in the UI. So the changes that I'm gonna do will be right here. So like I would tell you, I would do it in the server. So for you to know and see how easily it is, right? Like so that I wanna change the UI here, the color up here. That I wanna change what it says here. I wanna change this box from here to there. It's as easy as just like pretty much. This will automatically take two things, right? The two things: the resource as far as or the extracted resources. That's what it's gonna take. So here you can click on load UI files, right? And this is the server window, the first one. Here you're gonna see it, right? And you can make changes in the window. Let's say that I wanted to change this box from here to there, and these two things over there. I can just do it. It is just as easy as just doing this. I will select the notice, and I will put it over here. And now I will select the S4League group box, and I will put it over here. I will put it over here. And then I will, for example, select the S4League item group box, and I will put it over here. I want to do this too. I want to change the name of this thing and the color. I can just save it right now. Save and reload in game. For the real time changes is not working yet. I'm working on it, but I want to make it real time changes. So, but let's say that I wanted to change something like, what is it? The text here, the title, right? Let's say that I want to change, for example, the title, right? Let me go back. The title, let's say. You can change the color of stuff here. You can change the texture, color, and everything. Up to you. And it's great. I haven't tested this yet, but I know it will work. That's fine. Here, you can even open the whole thing over here, and just like you can just do this. Save texture and close. You see, and then you can even change the title. So there's a join now. I will join jump enter now, right? And I can even change the color of the text and everything in the language. You can change it as long as you want. It's up to you. Now, let's say that I wanted to move this whole thing. Hold on. Place the button. So let me grab the whole box. Okay. Here. Over here. Well, I have to hold the whole thing. Now, this I would just leave it like that. Now I'm gonna close the game, and I will reopen the game, right? Now if I do it, this is So cool. And I will make more changes on the UI editor. I just need more time. So I want to make it able to change the whole texture of everything, like the whole thing. As you can see here, I changed the UI. Like I changed the enter button and the refresh button. The reason why you see that it's not clickable is because the event stuff, like it's still there. I didn't, I didn't do it in the right way, but it works though. But as you can see here, you can see that it changed the box and everything. And I can just in the color, and I can just come in. But pretty much I'm trying to make it that so that you can like change the color for the whole thing at once. But it's just gonna take a while, pretty much. I just need to work on that still. I'm just gonna close the game because for the next features I don't really need to open the game anymore. So just remember, here you can change the location of everything and the size. You can make it visible or invisible, enable or enable, and the opacity you can change it to. You can change the text in all the languages. You can change the texture. Here you see that it says DDS. You can change the texture for something else that you want to. You can just like look for anything you want, pretty much. It's not a big deal. You can change the whole thing if you want to. You can move this over here, move that over there, move this over here. Let's say you wanted to move this one over here. Hold on. They wanted to move the whole box over here, move this one over here. You can just do the same thing. This is it's up to you. So here I have to the let me see the results tool, right? On the results tool, this is something that you can have that anywhere in some results tools out there probably. So you can clean the or use resources. It's gonna tell if you're gonna scan, it's gonna say, oh, found 10 orphan files in blah blah blah, and a reference by the results to do. We like to release it. Yeah, you can delete them. Remove, cleaned. Here you can do this too. This is something very nice. Like say that I wanted to extract the resources, right? Make some changes, and then in that day I wanted to repack the resources. This pack button is just what it's used for. You can pack the resources again. You see, extract the resources, but the resource needs to be named extract the resources. If not, it's not gonna work. And as you can see, a resource folder is being created, and you can see here that it's packing the resources. It tells you the whole amount, the progress, and the remaining. And it will automatically create a resource S4SD when it's done for you. It's not here yet, but I will be created eventually. Because it's packing all of them at once. So this is not a big deal. And I know this video is taking too long, but the way I'm doing it is that I'm explaining myself and how it works. And I know that English is not my first language though. But the way I like to do stuff is that you can see how I do it and how it works. You can see that I am doing it, and in a way that you can just follow my steps and follow what I do. The reason why the image and some of the texture didn't work in the resource, in the game, was because I knew that some of the images were corrupted because I messed up the images, and some of the textures were corrupted, and some of the SCNs were corrupted. That's why I crashed once, and when the loading screen was loading. So I knew all of that. Well, for you guys, it should work just fine because you don't have none of those issues. And for the packing resources, I think there is something. I was making some changes today in the morning. I hope it works just fine. If something went missing because I made some changes today, but I haven't pushed that in GitHub, it's because I changed something. I was trying to make it fast, but I might get some kind of like probably maybe like a black screen. But as you can see, the resource was created, and everything was created. Let me reopen the game now. But like I said before, if I get maybe it's not sure like a black screen, it's because I messed up something. And yeah, you see I got a black screen. It's because I messed up something, but I'm just gonna fix it. It's not a big deal. I haven't pushed it in GitHub. Yeah, I haven't pushed it in GitHub. That's why. But let me close the game and show you these two guys. So here I have the UI editor, right? I mean the my bad. The resource. In the resource I can load the resource, and then I can just like click on, if I want to select, for example, the user resource for SD or user strategy resources. If I use the S4SD, I can just like, I can like resize this. I can come to, for example, this is how it works. If I click once, it's going to select the folder, and I can extract the whole folder if I want to. That's why I did it like that. Now if I select twice, another time, once more, I go into the folder. Like I select once, and again I go in. For back, it works just fine. But that's for me to extract the folder if I want to extract this folder. So if I come, for example, to resource, or if I, for example, filter something like PNG, right? It's gonna be here. I can review the images and everything. If I want to preview an SCN, I can just click on the SCN and I can preview it and everything, right? Same thing for jump attack of these things. Like you can preview the SCN. I doubt there is something like this out there. This should be the first app like this, because nobody wants to like release stuff like this so that people can have them. And these things are really nice, to be honest. I don't know why people don't release stuff like, bro, make an open source. It's not a big deal. If I'm releasing stuff like this, for free, and I spent a while doing these things. This is a particle. This is a sequence. You can preview the sequence. You can preview the SCNs. And the good thing about the sequence, right, is that you can modify the sequence real time and then make the changes in the game. For example, let's say that I want to edit the sequence. The particles, I can modify them one by one, or I can modify it all at once. If I modify all of them at once, I can just modify all of them at once. You can change everything. Anything you can think of, you can just modify it. All of them. As you can see. I would just put random numbers. Hold on. Or you can modify everything. It don't matter what it is. You can just modify it. That's a good thing about it. And I can just save it too, and then that'll just be applied to the game. But I think this is what it is. Just strat. We're extracting the resources, pack for packing, cleaning, adding weapons. Yeah, I was missing how to add a map. In order for you to add a map, same thing. You only have to click on add a map. But for add a map, you have to select the server data folder, right? And then here you're going to your server data folder, which is in the game console, and you select this folder, the data. Once you do it, you only have to pretty much click on add map. And for add maps, you have to resources. You have to pretty much just like put the select where your resources are saved. In this case, resources, and in the folder map adds a folder for each map. In this case, for each map, you're gonna have to create, the tool will create the first folder for you. So if the next time, like if you wanna add another map, an additional folder will be created every time you add a map. That way you don't have to create the whole thing again on your own. So let's say that this is created automatically. You only have to save all of the files, where they belong, all of them, you know. So how the tool works is that the tool looks for these files for the map info. If you don't have the files in the map info, it's not gonna be added. The tool looks for the map info, but then it's just pretty much putting all the files where they belong. If I click on that map, it's gonna be really fast. They were already added. It's not a big deal. So now I only have to close the game console, right? Go back in. Oh yeah, I forgot I fucked up the. Let me open game. Let me create room. the end. Okay, it's right here. But I hope guys you enjoyed the video. And I know it took too long, but this this tool has too many steps. It's too much to explain in one video, to be honest. I was thinking about making a few videos, like cutting the video in a few pieces. But I hope guys that this tool helps you a lot to save a lot of time. Have a good night.